So welcome, Chair Yoga Week number 50 millionth, and come and let's start on our seats today. So if you want to, you can use a little block underneath the feet, just doing whatever makes you comfortable. And we're going to sit quite upright. So we don't want to be sitting back into the seat, but sitting quite upright with the feet underneath the knees. And beginning to feel our way into how the body is right now. So if you want to, you can just rest the arms down by the sides and do a few shoulder circles. There we are. We can go in one way, one direction, and then just reverse that direction, moving in the opposite direction as well. And then we're just going to rest our hands on our thighs, sit really tall, making sure that your head is centered, so gently retracting the chin and lengthening the back of the neck, and then closing the eyes or gazing gently downward. Becoming aware of how you're feeling. So we're just trying to move our awareness around the body, noticing, investigating, inquiring how we physically feel, what physical sensations we can be aware of. You might be aware of areas that feel like they're a bit stuck, a bit stiff or holding. Areas that are feeling strong, areas that are feeling a little sore perhaps. Gently becoming aware of your energy as well. How it's feeling. Is it vibrating? Are there parts of the body that feel alive and awakened? Maybe parts that don't. That's okay too. And then becoming aware of your breath, moving your awareness to how you're breathing right now. And sometimes as soon as we check our breath, we notice that it's high, that it's happening at the top of the body, under the collarbones, in the top of the chest. It's okay to notice that and let that be. During our practice, the breath will move down. It's the natural thing that happens as the result of yoga asana. Be aware of the rate of your breath, the rhythm. And whether it feels like you're controlling the breath or forcing the breath, or whether it feels soft and easy. Then turning your awareness to your mind. Just becoming aware of the sorts of things that are on your mind at the moment. Are you able to bring your mental space into your yoga space? Can you center and anchor yourself in yoga here? Or is your mind drifting? Is it following its own way? And with your state of mind, perhaps you have an awareness of how you are feeling, how your emotions are, where you are feeling those emotions in your body. If you're feeling a little ease, a little joy, and you might feel a smile on your face. If you're feeling a little anxiety, maybe your shoulders are feeling a little bit high or tense. If you're feeling nervous, sometimes you feel it in your belly. You can get a fluttery tummy. That can be excited as well, of course. And sometimes if you're feeling like you haven't got control, you feel a lot of tension in your hands, your feet. The hips are full of emotion as well. So just noticing, before we get started, how you are in all aspects of your being. When you're ready, you can bring your hands together at the center of your chest. We're going to lift the head, lift the chest, and then take the chin towards the chest, just coming forward as far as you need to feel a gentle stretch. Not pushing, not striving, just being in that gentle stretch. And we can smile to ourselves knowing that we are going to improve the way that we feel with our practice. So we can take this moment to find a little joy, little happiness, because things can only get better from this moment onwards. And then when you're ready, raising your head, releasing your hands, opening your eyes. Awesome stuff, guys. Okay, we're going to start, we're going to stay seated just for now. There's a general feeling of a little bit tiredness going around. So we'll stay seated to begin with and take the weight off the feet for now. So arms down by the sides. We're going to start to move with our breath. So we breathe in, reach the arms out and up and lift through the sides of the body, the front of the body. And as you breathe out, bring the palms together at the center of the chest. Bring the palms together, and bring them down to the center of the chest. Lovely. Breathing in, reaching out and up. If you're going faster, that's okay. Breathing out, palms together, center of the chest. Excellent. Breathing in, maybe looking up, feeling that lift, that length, that space. Breathing out, drawing energy down into your center, gathering it. Breathing in. And breathing out. A little firmness in the belly. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Last one. Let's see if we can do a big smile as well. Breathing in. And breathing out. We can always fake it till we make it. Big smile. Wonderful. And then we're going to take the fingertips onto the shoulders and just make some small circles with the elbows here. Just doing whatever naturally comes in terms of movement. Maybe your circles want to get a little bit bigger, and that's great if they do, and if they don't, that's okay. And you might have one side that is different from the other, that's okay too. If you want to, you can breathe in as you draw the elbows towards each other and up, and breathe out as you draw the shoulder blades back and down. Breathing in, forward and up, belly still firm. Breathing out, back and down. Breathing in, forward and up. Breathing out, back and down. We'll do one more. Breathing in, forward and up. Breathing out, back and down. Awesome sauce. Let's make small circles in the opposite direction. So beginning nice and small, just exploring the range of movement. Some people find that the opposite direction behaves differently. So if that's the case, then approach it differently. If you want to get slightly larger circles, then you can make your circles slightly larger. And if you want to coordinate your breath, you can breathe in as the elbows come back and up, and breathe out as the elbows come towards each other and down. Breathing in, back and up. Breathing out towards each other and down. Breathing in. Breathing out. We'll do 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And just gently resting our elbows down to the side and relaxing the hands. And here, sitting on our chairs, turning your palms backwards and just swinging the arms backwards and forwards. You might need to widen your arms away from your chair. You might need to just take care of what's immediately behind you as well. Super. Really nice and soft and steady and relaxed in the shoulders. And again, really drapey in the elbows, the fingers, the wrists. And this is an easy movement, so we're not trying to do anything in particular. We're just allowing a little bit of momentum, a little bit of energy to come into the arms, the fingers. You might feel that sensation of the blood pooling in the fingertips a little bit with this, I guess, is centrifugal force. I don't know, Helen will have to tell us afterwards. And the other thing that this does is it pumps the lymphatic system. So the movement acts as a pump. The lymphatic system has no pump of its own. It has no heart, like the blood does in the circulatory system. So this movement helps to do that. And then you can just allow your movement to come a little bit less as you swing the arms back to steadiness by the sides. And take a moment here to sit tall, but let the arms relax by the sides and just feel the effect of your practice. Lots of shoulder movements. How is it feeling in your chest, in your upper back, in your shoulders, in your arms, your neck perhaps? And then just to ease the blood out of the fingertips, we're going to breathe in, take the arms out and up. And breathe out, draw the shoulder blades down. And with the arms as high as feels comfortable for you, it could be in front, it could be out in front, doesn't need to be over the head. We're going to lift the shoulder blades up, feel the chest lifting, the tops of the shoulders lifting, and then gently draw the shoulder blades down the back. Breathing in as you lift the shoulder blades up, feel the shoulders coming up towards the ears. Breathing out as you draw the shoulder blades down the back. We'll do one more. Breathing in and up. Breathing out, releasing the shoulder blades back and down. And then we'll turn the hands out to the sides and just float the arms down to the side again. Very good. And if you need to, you can do a little bit of wriggling through your shoulders. That feels good. I'm going to rest the hands here. Sit really tall and just make nice gentle turns with the head. So go from the center to the side and back to the center rather than from one side to the other. Moving really gently, not pushing, not forcing. Meeting the resistance in the body and just allowing yourself to move then back away from it. One more time. To each side until you find yourself back in the center. Excellent. I'm going to roll the shoulders up to the ears, roll the shoulders back and down. Retract the chin, lengthen through the back of the neck, and just take the left ear to the left shoulder, gently easing through the side of the neck. Come back to the center, and then take the right ear to the right shoulder. And back to the center. Take the left ear to the left shoulder. And back to center, really slow and steady. Right ear to right shoulder. And back to center. This time we're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder. Then we're going to let the chin come towards the chest, so ending up bowing the head forward in the center. And then take the right ear towards the right shoulder, a little semicircle. Coming back the way, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest in the center, and left ear to left shoulder. So keep going, moving from side to side if it feels okay. If you feel any really sharp pain or discomfort, then you can make a smaller movement or rest out. Maybe this just isn't a movement that suits you well. That's okay too. But if you can, moving really slow and steady from side to side. And this time, when you come back to have your left ear at your left shoulder, we're going to lift the chin up towards the ceiling, making a straight line across the back of our semicircle. Right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to ceiling. Right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to ceiling. And then when we get the right ear to the right shoulder, we'll do the same thing in the opposite direction. So right ear to right shoulder, chin to ceiling. Left ear to left shoulder, chin towards the chest. Right ear to right shoulder, chin to ceiling. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. What we don't do is take the head backwards, we're just lifting upwards. Right ear to right shoulder, chin to ceiling. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. We'll do one more all the way around. Right ear to right shoulder, chin to ceiling. Left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, and we'll finish chin to chest. And just again, rolling the shoulders up, rolling the shoulders back and down, feeling maybe a gentle increasing length through the tops of the shoulders, back of the neck, and then smiling gently just to release the tension in the front of the body and rolling the head back to upright. And when we do that, releasing the arms down to the side, just rolling through the shoulders. Excellent stuff, guys. Okay, so sorry, my wrists are a bit clicky. You might have heard that. We'll do a little Palmukta-asanas, or energy releasing postures for the feet, and then we will stand on the feet. So to begin with, I'm going to put my block to one side. If you want your feet on your block, that's okay. Having the feet in line with the hips is quite nice, so not too far apart. If you prefer a little bit more space, that's okay, but not too far. And we're going to sit with the hands on the hips and sit really tall. So firm in the belly, so we can keep the rest of the body strong and centered and stable, and then lift one heel and then the other. So toes stay on the floor, just paddling the heels up and down. One heel, then the other. One heel, then the other. Ooh, that's now my toes cracking. Oh my goodness. Falling to pieces at this end of the video, guys. Okay. So just lifting one heel and then the other. You can imagine you're trying to squash an orange underneath your heel. So you want to ease the heel to the floor with a little bit of power behind it as well. Excellent. Very good. We're going to do 2 more to each side. And then float both heels down to the floor. The feet are flat. And we're going to do the same thing, but with the toes. So heels stay on the floor, one toe up, and then the other. One toe, then the other. Just the toes, and then maybe the ball of the foot lifting. This is a little bit like the duck walking that we sometimes do in our classes. Lifting one set of toes, then the other. Very good. We'll do 2 more to each side. And then we're going to combine the 2 movements. So first, relaxing the feet. So we're going to work the 2 feet oppositely in opposite ways. So one heel will come up when the opposite toe comes off the floor, and then you're going to swap. So it's like rocking backwards and forwards on the whole foot, doing opposite things on opposite sides. This kind of cross crawl work, where we use the 2 sides of the brain differently to coordinate the 2 sides of the body differently, is very good for that part of the brain that makes the two hemispheres talk to each other. And I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I'm so sorry, guys. There we are. So rocking backwards and forwards. Very good. And notice how still the rest of your body can be as you just work here in the lowest part of the legs. Let's do 2 more to each side. And then we'll float the feet to the floor. Relax the arms to the sides. Maybe wriggle in the shoulders. Do anything that makes you feel good here. Then we're going to sit a little bit further back in our seats so that we can support the thighs on the seat of the chair and lengthen one leg out in front. So you can have the heel resting on the floor or on your block if you want, but if you can, just hold your left foot off the floor or a foot off the floor. And then sitting nice and tall still, hands resting wherever is comfortable, spreading the toes out as you inhale, scrunching the toes as you exhale. Inhaling, toes wide, exhaling, toes close. Inhaling, toes wide, exhaling, toes close. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. One more like this. Inhaling, exhaling. Now the whole foot. Inhale, all the toes back towards you. Exhale, point the toes far away. Inhale, flexing into the heel. Exhale, pointing into the toe. Moving with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Avoid getting cramped by not pressing too hard, not trying too hard. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Inhaling and exhaling. Then relaxing this leg just a little and rolling the foot at the ankle. Making nice big circles with your foot or your ankle in any way that feels good. And we'll go the opposite way as well. Explore how it feels in your body. What else you can feel moving as you move. And then floating this foot to the floor, noticing the difference between the two sides. Excuse me. And then float your opposite foot, right foot maybe, off the floor. Let's inhale as we spread the toes and exhale as we scrunch the toes up. Inhaling, spreading. Exhaling, scrunching. Inhaling, toes wide. Exhaling, curling the toes up together. Inhaling, toes wide. Exhaling, curling under. Let's do one more. Inhaling and exhaling. Now the whole foot. Inhale the toes back towards the body. Exhale, point the whole foot away. Inhaling, toes back towards you. Exhaling, pointing the toes away. Inhaling as you flex through your heel. Exhaling, moving the foot away. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. I have a feeling we're doing one more here. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. Just relax that leg down a little and make nice big circles with your ankle. Don't have to go quickly, you can go slowly. You might notice you click up more on one side or you've got less range of movement on one side. We're going the opposite way. And that's okay. Just doing whatever comes naturally. Noticing what else moves as you move this isolated part of the body. And then floating your foot to the floor. And hopefully your feet now feel ready for some action, in which case we'll give them some action by coming up to standing. So standing up, and we'll come to the back of our chair and just do a little floating up and down. So using the back of your chair for a little support, and you can rest your hands as firmly or as lightly as you choose. Just making sure as you look down that your feet are about hip width, maybe slightly wider if you prefer apart, not too close together, not wider than your chair. And then firming your belly muscles, lifting yourself tall, looking ahead of you, not down, because you don't need to look at your feet, it's fine. And we're going to inhale, floating up onto the tiptoes, and exhale, floating the heels down to the floor again. Inhaling, floating up onto tiptoes, and exhaling, floating down. Inhaling, floating up. Exhaling, floating down. Inhaling, floating up. Sorry, my toes are cracking. Exhale, floating down. And we just rest here and bend just the knees. Okay? So just giving a little stretch to the calf muscles at the back there. And then standing tall again. So this time we do a little twist when we're up on our tiptoes. And we're going to twist one direction at a time. So we're just going to repeat the twist 3 times on one side. So we're going to breathe in and come up onto tiptoes. And then reach the right hand forward, firm in the belly. And breathe out as we open the right hand to the right, twisting a little to the right, still on tiptoes. Breathe in back to the center. And again to the right as we breathe out. Breathe into center. And breathe out as we twist to the right. Breathe in back to the center, holding the chair with both hands, and breathe out as you float your heels back down to the floor. And we're going to bend the knees. Just maybe bounce a little bit up and down here, really gentle bouncing, to ease out any tension in the calf muscles. Good job. Same thing to the other side. Firm in your center, standing tall, breathing in onto your tiptoes. And then reaching your left hand forward as you breathe out, twist to the left, gently looking around to the left. Breathe in back to the center, still firm, still tall, breathing out as you twist to the left. Breathing in back to the center. Breathing out, twisting to the left. Breathing in back to the center, hold the chair with both hands. Breathing out as you float your heels down to the floor. And again, a nice gentle bob up and down. Gentle plie, but with the feet facing forwards. No ballet teacher would have that. Very good. Okay, and now we're going to step a little bit closer to the chair. So normally we're about arm's length from the chair. I'm going to step a little bit further into the chair and then take the right foot backwards and step the 2 feet apart. So like a scissor action. As you look down at your feet, just make sure they're still apart from each other. You haven't stepped one behind the other. It makes it very hard to balance otherwise. And here we're going to think about that back leg, which is the right leg, and just ease into the heel of the back leg, the outside edge of the back leg. Make the quadricep, that's the front of the thigh, strong in the back leg, and firm in the belly. Hands, fingertips onto the chair, rolling the shoulder blades down, and then breathe in here. As you breathe out, bend your front knee, but press into your back heel at the same time. We're going to breathe in as we lengthen the front leg, the left leg. Breathing out as we bend the front knee, pressing into the back heel at the same time. Breathing in, lengthening. Breathing out, bending into the front knee. Breathing in, lengthening here, and just resting for a moment, but keeping the legs in the same direction. So if you want to do a little bit more and you don't need the chair, You can breathe in as you reach the arms up and bend the front knee at the same time, and breathe out as you reach the arms down and lengthen the front leg. So we're going to do 3 like this. And if you want to do that, you can. If you want to hold onto the chair for steadiness, that's okay. Keep holding onto the chair, okay? So just gently easing the hips towards the front, firming the belly. You can either hold the chair or rest the arms down by the sides. Think about the heels of both feet, the outside edge of both feet, the big toes of both feet. Breathing in, bend the front knee, press into the back heel, raise the arms up if you're doing that variation. Breathing out, release the hands down, lengthen the front knee, standing tall, 2 long legs. Breathing in, bend the front knee, open the chest, lift the arms, lift the belly. Breathing out, lengthen the front leg, release the arms down to the side. Last one, breathing in, reaching up, opening the front of the body. And as you breathe out, lengthening the front leg, releasing the arms down to the side. And then we're going to hold onto the chair and we're just going to bend the back leg a little and make it nice and light, and then step both feet to the front. Yeah? We've got a little, maybe a little bit of a wiggle needed. Let's do a downward facing dog on our chairs. So taking the feet back behind us, soft in the knees, and just wriggling your tailbone a little from side to side, or bending one knee and then the other, just doing a little twisting through your tailbone if that's helpful, if that feels good. And then if you want to, you can hold for a deep breath in. If you want to come up, you can. Deep breath out. And when you're ready, looking forward, walking towards your chair and standing upright again. We'll do the same thing on the left side. So we're going to come quite close to the chair. And we're going to take the left foot backwards and put the left foot down on the floor behind us. So we've got this scissor effect, looking at your feet to make sure that they're still apart, so you haven't stepped one behind the other. Facing the chair with the fingertips lightly resting there, thinking about the back foot, the back outside edge of the foot, the back heel. And then we're going to breathe in as we stand tall, lifting the belly. And breathing out as we bend the front knee. Breathing in, lengthening both legs. Breathing out, press into the back heel as we bend the front knee. Breathing in, lengthening both legs. Breathing out, bending the front knee, pressing into the back heel. And then breathing in as we come back to having both legs straight and just resting for a moment. So if you want to do the other variation of the arms, this is the time. You can release your arms down to your side. And just note, one side might be different from the other. So I balance better on one side than the other, and that will be the case with this. So you might want to hold the chair on this side if you didn't on the other, and vice versa, if it just happens to behave differently. So we're just going to ease the hips a little bit towards the front here. Think about the outside edges of the feet, the heels of the feet, the big toes. Release the arms to the side if you're doing that variation. Roll the shoulders back and down. Everybody firms the belly. This time we breathe in as we bend the front knee and raise the arms and open the chest. And we breathe out as we lengthen the front leg and release the arms down to the side. Firm in the belly. Breathing in, raising the arms or holding the chair, bend the front knee, open the chest. Breathing out, lengthening the front leg, arms down to the side. Last time, breathing in, bend the front knee, raising the arms if you're doing this variation. And breathing out, lengthening the front knee, arms down to the side. Let's reach for the chair. I'm going to bend the back knee a little bit. Just almost like a little bounce there, and we'll bounce it light and step the back leg to the front. I'm going to do another downward dog here. So hands are on the chair, just walking your feet away, bending your knees, gently lengthening through your tailbone. So you feel like your torso is parallel to the mat, or to the floor rather. And with your knees bent, you can either sway your hips from side to side. That might feel really nice. You might want to Lengthen one leg and then the other, which is more of a sort of rotation through the spine. More of a lifting one hip and then the other. You might want to just simply hold this, maybe coming a little bit lower down on your chair if you have that option. Lengthening through the crown of the head. You can even turn your head from side to side here. It's quite a nice thing to do. Lifting in the belly, keeping the knees always a little bit soft, just to feel that length in the back of the body. So in the low back and the buttocks. And then if you want to, you can begin to lengthen the legs. Maybe bounce up and down on the knees just once or twice, as you choose. When you're ready to come up, the knees are bent again, reaching up on your chair, walking your feet towards your chair as you stand tall, and releasing the arms down to the side just to relax the shoulders, making any movements with the shoulders that feel good. Little dancing shoulders, a little jig, a little wiggle. Remembering keeping everything mobile is what we're all about. And I need to roll my wrists. So if you need to shake out your wrists or roll your wrists, then you can do that too. Excellent stuff. Well done, guys. So we're going to finish with a little side bend. And we'll do cat pose on the chair like we did last week as well. So let's do cat pose first, because we can do an up and down cat and a side to side cat, and then we'll do a side bend. So hands onto your chair seat and walk your feet away until you feel like you're making a boxy type shape. So almost a right angle perhaps between your arms and your torso, your legs and your torso. And soft knees here will really help the articulation of the hips. If you keep your legs really long, it's much harder to move the hips. So soft knees here. You can even keep your elbows a little soft as well. That's quite good. So we're going to lift the belly muscles and breathe in, look forward, lift the tailbone, open the chest. And as you breathe out, round through the spine, tuck the chin into the chest and lift up through the center of the back. Breathing in, looking forward, opening the chest, lengthening the whole of the front of the body. Scoop the belly in, breathing out, tuck the tailbone, tuck the shoulders under, chin to chest. Breathing in and forward, opening the chest. Breathing out, rounding through the spine and chin to chest. Breathing in and forward, opening the chest, breathing out and tucking the tailbone under, rounding through the back and lengthening the back of the body. Then coming back to neutral, a neutral position, not forwards or backwards. We're just going to sway from side to side. So right shoulder to right hip as you look to the right, and then left shoulder to left hip as you look to the left. Feel like you're stretching the left side of the body as you look towards the right, and stretching the right side of the body as you look towards the left. So we're really about not the side that we're looking towards, but the side that we're moving away from here. Just lengthening the sides of the torso, the space underneath the rib cage, along the sides of the back, the sides of the belly. We'll do one more to each side. She says, I mean one more to each side now. Very good. And then coming back to neutral and making any movements that feel good. Sometimes a nice sort of wriggle through the back is quite nice after this. When you're ready, you can walk towards your chair back and stand tall. Just take your weight off your wrists, because that's quite a long time to spend on the wrists. So if you need to give them a little bit of a roll or a rub or a proper release by rolling through the hands, then you can. It seems that everyone in the world has stronger wrists than me. It's just the way I'm built, I'm afraid. Who knows why? Okay, so then we're going to do a little side bending. So there are two options for this. You can simply raise your arms up and do a gentle side bend. Maybe if we do this one all together first, And then those who don't do the second version can stick with the first version twice. So we'll have the feet maybe just slightly wider than hip width apart. And here, if you want to keep a little softness in your knees, you can, but don't bend them a lot, just off straight perhaps. Firm in the belly, breathing in and reaching the arms out and up. We're going to use the left hand to catch hold of the right wrist. And we're going to breathe out and settle the shoulders down behind us. So the shoulder blades moving down the back. And then we're going to breathe in and use the left hand to draw the right arm over so that we create a stretch down the right side of the body. And it might be that you do this with your arms in front of you, that's fine. Doesn't need to be all the way up over the head. But if you've got room to do that, then aim for that. Very good. We're going to breathe in back to the center. And breathe out as we release the arms down to the side. Very good. Wiggle if you need to in the middle. Everybody keeping everything moving. Same thing on the other side, firm in the belly. Breathing in as you reach the arms out and up. Catch hold of the left wrist with the right hand. And breathe out, just soften the shoulder blades down the back. Then breathe in as you draw the left arm over using the right hand to stretch through that left side. And again, it doesn't matter if you're in front, but if you can, doing it with the arms over, then that's great too. Breathing while you're here. I realize I didn't tell you to do that, but I'm hoping that you automatically did. And then we're going to breathe in to come up and breathe out as we release the arms down to the side. Wriggling through your shoulders, wriggling through the sides of your body if you need to. So if you enjoyed that one, you can stick with that one. And if you want to, you can try this next variation. So for this next variation, I'm going to put one knee on my seat, and I'm standing, or maybe do it this way, here, there we are. So you can see that my feet are still, my legs are still maybe just a touch over hip width apart. One standing leg, one knee on the chair, and I'm going to reach my hand to my chair back. So the leg that is bent, which in my case is the right side, my right hand is on the chair. I'm going to keep my left foot really strongly pressing down into the mat. Aces, I can see there's a few gently arranging themselves into this new form. I know this is the first time we've done this one. So with the left hand, we're going to firm the belly, breathe in and reach all the way up. And breathe out as we reach over towards the chair back. So we're using our right hand for a little bit of support. And here, firm in the belly, you can breathe in and just open your chest up towards the ceiling of it if you'd like. And breathe out, come back to neutral. Breathe in, opening the chest up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, back to neutral. One more breathing in. And breathing out. Then we're going to turn the left hand up to the ceiling, breathing in and up. And breathing out and down. Great stuff, standing onto both legs. Hopefully that's not too much pressure onto the standing leg, but the other variation of our sideways bends is what you can do if you would need to, if you would like to. Now I can't remember where I'm going. Okay, yes. So swapping myself to the other side. So the right leg is a standing leg now. The left knee is supported by the chair, or left lower leg supported by the chair, left hand on the chair. Firming the belly, breathing in, standing tall. Breathing out, reaching the right hand over to the left side of the body. So stretching through that right side of the body. And then here, really firm in the belly. If you want to, you can breathe in as you open the chest up to the ceiling a little. Breathing out back to center. Breathing in, opening the chest just a little. Breathing out back to center. Breathing in. Breathing out back to center. And then we're going to turn the right palm up to the ceiling. Breathe in and up. Breathe out and down. Very good. Coming off your chair. And then I think probably it's a good time for us to come and sit down. I was going to do a whole Tai Chi set of arms here, but we've done quite a lot with the shoulders today. And so we will leave it at that for today. And when we sit here, we're going to do a little twist with in our seated pose. So with the knees quite close together, the ankles together. And so if you don't want to cross your legs at all, then you can sit with the knees together and the ankles together and create this nice, solid, stable base for your twist. But if you can easily cross your legs and it doesn't present any problem to you, you can cross the left thigh over the right thigh, sit really tall, and then with the legs in, however it would be for you, we're going to take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh or the left thigh, reach the left hand in front, breathe in here, and then breathe out as we gently move into our twist. Wherever your arm gets to, you can either leave it pointing towards the back of the room, or reach for the back of your chair or the seat of your chair. Roll your shoulder blades down your back, lengthen through the crown of your head and inhale. And as you exhale, move your shoulders as far into your twist as feels comfortable for you today. And maybe you want your head to follow that movement as well, and maybe your head prefers a more neutral spot. That's okay. Take a couple of deep breaths wherever you get to, softening the shoulders down, relaxing your face, maybe smiling here. Have we found a bit of inner sunshine in our practice? To release out, turn to the front with only your head, releasing your hands, unwinding your spine, turning a bit to the opposite side and back to center. If you've had your legs crossed, just uncrossing your legs. If you were lucky enough to start with your legs not crossed, then you can just rest. So we'll just feel the difference between the two sides of the body, and then we'll do the same thing to the other side. So if your legs were together last time, leave them that way. And if you like to cross, you can cross your right leg over your left leg. Everybody to sit tall. Reach the left hand over to the outside of the right thigh if you can. Reach your right hand in front of you. Inhale as you sit tall, and then exhale as you gently twist around to the right side. You can leave your hand where it gets to as a long arm, or you can hold the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Roll your shoulder blades down the back, lengthen through the crown of the head. And on your next exhalation, just gently moving into your twist. And maybe your head wants to follow the movement. And if it does, that's great. And if it doesn't, don't worry about it. Wherever you get to, breathe deeply, softening the shoulder blades down, lengthening the crown of the head upwards, smiling to yourself. And then to release out, turn to the front with only your head. Release your arms and unwind your spine nice and slowly before twisting to the opposite side and back to center. And crossing your legs. And then making yourself comfortable for both relaxation and breathing. So we'll do breathing first and then relaxation. So if you want to recline on a sofa or a chaise longue or a bed or the floor, if you so desire, you may. And if you want to find yourself just sitting a little bit further back in the chair, then you can do that too. I'm just getting my Bong Dong crystal bowl ready for the end of relaxation. Okay, so even for breathing today, we're going to be a bit more relaxed. So I want you to be supported by the back of the chair or the back of whatever you're leaning against. And you can still sit tall when you're released back into the chair, but just with a little bit more support, because this breath is reported to be very relaxing. I find it so. So I don't want anyone having a wobble and falling off the chair. So feet supported in some way, hands in chin mudra, first fingers and thumbs together, other fingers long. You can turn your palms upwards if you've got tons of energy to share. You can turn the palms downwards if you are needing to conserve a little bit for yourself. And then just lengthening through the crown of the head, closing your eyes, becoming aware of your natural, spontaneous breath now at the other end of our class. Where is your breath moving now? Is it moving in the upper part of your chest? Maybe in your middle ribs or in your low ribs? Maybe you're aware of the belly rising and falling with the breath. Observe the quality of your breath, its rhythm, its smoothness, its deepness. And then gently begin to lengthen your breath just a little, breathing a little deeper in, a little slower as you exhale. Then you're going to begin to count the length of each part of your breath. So you can use the count on 1, on 2, or 1 elephant, 2 elephants, or simply just counting numbers. Count how long you breathe in for. Maybe you've got a natural pause you can count as well. How long you breathe out for. Maybe you have a natural pause at the bottom of the breath also. So spend a few deep breaths, counting the length of your breath, in and out, and any natural pauses or breath retentions between the breaths. So this is your starting point for our practice. We're going to practice extending the breath, and possibly if you notice a natural pause between your inhale, exhale, or exhale, inhale, you might possibly want to extend those as well, but I will leave that up to you. It's really important with breathing to be soft and gentle. So we don't force, we don't strive. If you can naturally extend the breath just a touch, then that's great. And if it doesn't feel comfortable, I'd like you to rest back into a breath that does feel comfortable, even if that means just breathing in and out the same, with no pausing. That's okay. What we're going to try to do is extend our exhalation to double the inhalation. So if you're breathing in for 3, Extending first, exhale to 4, exhale to 5, exhale to 6. If you're breathing in for 4, it's the same thing, breathing out for 5, and then 6, and then 7, and then maybe 8. If you're breathing in for 5, please breathe in for 4 instead. If you're breathing in for 6, slow your count down, so it's 3, okay? And then there'll be an option to extend even further if you would like to. But you don't have to, there's no obligation to do any of this. A little deep breathing centered will be sufficient. So whenever you're ready, using the same count as before, adding 1 count to your exhalation. As you do that, check that your shoulders are relaxed, your chest, your face. Checking that you haven't added tension to the body, that this feels easy. After 3 or 4 breaths, if you feel at ease, you can add another count to your exhalation. Again, checking that your face is relaxed, your shoulders and chest. Checking that you're not gasping for air as you inhale. If you feel at ease with this breath, you may add another count to your exhalation. If you feel at ease with this breath, you may add another count to your exhalation, even if you have now gone over double your inhalation. If you've reached double your inhalation, you can add a count to the breath retention, the holding between the parts of the breath. So you pause for an extra count between inhale and exhale, between exhale and inhale, all the while remaining easy and relaxed in your breath. No gasping for air, no breathless feelings. At the end of your next exhalation or pause, allowing your breath to fall back into its natural rhythm, relaxing your fingers and your hands, remaining with the eyes closed and simply observing the effect of your practice. Allowing any tension to ease from the face, the tongue, the jaw, the shoulders and neck, the chest and back, the wrists and fingers and hands. For the next few minutes, sitting in silence, softening and relaxing. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet by wiggling your fingers and toes. When you feel ready, take a long deep breath in, stretch the arms, maybe stretch the legs, maybe roll the feet at the ankles, the hands at the wrists, maybe if you need to. And then bringing the hands together, rubbing them vigorously, getting lots of heat into the hands, movement into the arms and shoulders, pressing them firmly, rubbing them hard, and then placing the hands over the eyes. Let that warmth soften, relax, release the area around the eyes. Blink into your palms a few times before releasing your hands down as you open your eyes. Namaste, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm just going to stop this recording. So goodbye to all of our online yogis.